Hey guys, happy Tuesday evening. So I was just going to go over some announcements with everybody. So I just got my new Diamond Insider, so I'll kind of do some of those too. So important things to remember that Rose texted me also are the team retreat is January 4th, I believe. Let's see, 4th and 5th, and then the money or your dues are due by November 15th, so just a couple more weeks. And then also to remember that tomorrow is the last day to save on Shift Shop and get in the test group, and then also tomorrow is the last day to be a part of or hit Success Club in order to be a part of the $200 like travel voucher that you get from Beachbody in order to go to Summit. So you have to have your Summit ticket bought and then hit Success Club in October, November, and December. And then as far as November, some upcoming things are going to be, there's going to be $20 off the top challenge packs and completion packs, which is kind of exciting. It's a big one. And then, of course, again, the travel Summit incentive. And then there's also going to be the Chris Downing's official test group to qualify. That will be November 7th. And then also another thing to remember, this is a ways off, but the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale will be happening November 20th through the 26th. And then the performance, the little energized sticks, those will launch December 4th. And then also don't forget that the Transform 20 will be also coming in December. So to just be prepared, get your strategies, how you're going to market and how you're going to set up your challengers, things like that, to just look forward to going into November and December. Does anybody have any questions on that stuff for me or Rose? I don't think I see any hands raised, so we are good. All right, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna just hop into sharing a little bit more about myself and my story, and then for those of you who don't know me, and then I'll get into kind of the information that I have for the call tonight. So I am Alecia Zenker. I am a farm wife from North Dakota, and if you'd put your finger in a map and point it towards the south central part, that's where we live. I grew up on a farm as well, so I'm a 5th generation farm girl. And so my parents' farm is going to be turning 100, I think, in like 2020, so only a couple more years yet, so that's kind of exciting. And I married my husband 5 years ago, and we farm and ranch. He's actually out combining tonight, getting the crops in, so it's been kind of a crazy year here. We're actually supposed to get snow this weekend, so we're trying to like push and get everything done, so it's been crazy. But I was actually diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 23. It was very young. It was very scary and very crazy time in my life. It was shortly after we had gotten married, and it was definitely a big motivator for me to get healthy. My grandpa had struggled with RA all of his life, and so seeing him and his struggles made me want to take that step and get healthy and just really focus in on my health. It wasn't time to be skinny anymore. It was time to get healthy. And I still remember the day of Googling on my computer, what is Beachbody? I had no idea of the opportunity, and actually I was one of Rose's free leads from hitting Success Club. So I always reach out to your free leads. You never know, you might get a coach. But that is just kind of where my story started. So I have a degree in architectural drafting and estimating, and at the time I was working full-time at an engineering firm, working crazy hours, 13, 14-hour days, plus an hour commute one way. It was crazy. And then I switched jobs and had a heck of a time with my boss. He was awful to work for. And I actually just texted Rose today. I had to go on a parts run, and I'm so thankful that I went back to the town that I used to work at. And I'm so thankful I don't have to make that drive anymore. As of March 2017, I am a full-time Beachbody coach. So that is my story in a nutshell. And so I wanted to share with you guys about recruiting tonight, how I recruit and hit Success Club every single month. I've actually been in Success Club now, will be going on 36 months in November. fingers crossed. And I just hit the Success Club 10 All-Star. So that's something that I'm really proud of, because when I first started coaching, I was all over the place, you guys. Like, I did not hit Success Club every single month like I should have been. There were months where I hit it and then I didn't, and then I would hit it again, and it was just all over the place. And I still remember, it's been almost 3 years to the date that I sat down and I was like, okay, Alecia, like, I need to either figure this out or quit. And so it was one of those things that I just decided to go for it. And I thought, like, what if I would really put my heart into this and my all and really try? And so ever since then, that's when I really started hitting Success Club. And so I wanted to share some tips with you guys tonight and how I do that. So the first one is consistency. I always preach to my coaches too, is consistency is so crucial to this business. Like, you have to show up every single day. And on those days when you're showing up, like, there's 3 things that I want you to be doing. So number 1, you can put, like, yeah, number 1 is consistency, but A, I guess, point A would be inviting. And then point B would be posting. And point 3 would be connecting. And what I mean by that is you should every single day, I don't care if you take a day off on the weekends, that's what the weekends are for, but, and you need to recoup and rest up anyway and refresh, but you need to be inviting. You need to be inviting not only to the coaching opportunity and the business opportunity, which is huge, but you also need to be inviting to your accountability group. So take it from me, as a new coach, I didn't invite to the business opportunity either. And I missed a lot of great people by not doing that. And so it was something that just really took me all the courage to muster up and start doing. So definitely start doing it now. If you haven't been doing it, you need to start doing it. And I always tell my coaches or my girls to divide up their invites. So make sure that, you know, they're at least doing half and half, like 50 to the coaching opportunity and 50 to the challenge group. And one thing that's really cool about coaching opportunity invites, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually kind of get a 2-for-1 deal. Because when you send out a coaching invite to somebody and they're like, nah, I don't know if that's for me, you can say, well, hey, have you thought about just being a part of my accountability group? So you really get like a 2-for-1 invite in there, which is kind of cool, because sometimes people will be like, yeah, like, I need to get in shape, or yeah, I need to do that. So obviously those points were super simple, super easy. I mean, I try to always aim for, I literally number down my notebook. So there's like 33 lines in a notebook. So I aim to get 33 invites a day and talk to at least 20 people. And so if I get more than that, that's amazing. If I get less than that, I'm going to try again tomorrow. So that is usually my goal every single day. And another thing is about showing up every single day is also show up every single day in your Insta stories. If you're not on Instagram yet, you need to be. That is where it's at. Even on the weekends, you guys, like, I know Sunday is kind of my day. Taylor, my husband, takes off that day from, you know, farm work and things like that. We tend to go to church, and I try to take that day off of social media as well, but I still try to do a post like Sunday night, whether it's a call to action on posting or on the coach opportunity or on the challenge group side of things, but I still try to be posting something, like something, you know, still be showing up. And that's the biggest part of this business, you guys, is just showing up every single day, even when you don't want to, even when life is hard and things are rough and there's craziness going around you, but you need to be showing up every single day. Like, that is just like no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Like, that's what I've done the past, like, almost 4 years since I've been a coach. And it's really paid off, just in the long run, about showing up. Some of the other things that I like to do for recruiting is, point number 2 is I like to sign everyone up as a discount coach. So I tend to kind of go overboard on this. I always make sure that I sign them up for the discount, because I love shopping and I love it when I get a great deal at like a boutique or something's on sale and I'm like, yes, You feel like you got, you know, a diamond in the rough. But it is such a great feeling. And I like to share that with people as well. Like, I just feel bad if I don't share that with them. And also here in North Dakota, we as coaches or discount coaches don't have to pay the business service fee. So we get our Shakeology for like around $100 a month, 107, $100 a month. And so it's really awesome to be able to have that and tell my other like North Dakota girls about that. And so it's definitely an incentive. And also getting 25% off, like who doesn't want that? And I always let them know that signing up as a discount coach is kind of like an Amazon Prime membership. And that's the easiest way to explain it, because you kind of get to bundle and save. Bundle and save. So that is one way that I really like to explain it, and it makes it super simple. I also like to send like a good message. So after I get that share cart sent out and emailed over to them, I like to say like, all right, I just sent over your cart. I signed you up as a discount coach. You know, you get 25% off. You're still in charge of your account. I'll actually share with you guys what I send in the chat or in the little chat box here if I can pull it up. And I just like to send them that so that way they kind of know exactly what they're getting. I also usually always add in something extra for them too. So, and I just seen the question. So I think Ashley asked, why is there no business service fee? It's something to do with our taxes here in Indy. I know there's a few other states. It's just like a handful of states that we don't have the business service fee. But yeah, it's something different with our taxes here. So that's why we don't, I believe. Yeah, probably. Everybody feels so bad for us. It's not bad. Actually, the summers get really hot. Like we were like in the 90s this summer. So, and it's not too cold here yet either. It's like in the 40s, 50s. So I'm still alive. So yeah, that is exactly what I send, and it just depends what I send, and I will switch it up. So like I said, in this example that I sent to you all, that I sent the sampler pack of the performance line. I don't always send that. I maybe will add an Energize in there, or maybe I'll add, you know, beach bars, but I just let them know. So it's something to let them know that they can still cancel at any time, and let them kind of give them that comfort that they need. Another thing that I do, so point number 3 to get to recruit is always follow up. So that's a huge one. So make sure that, like, these are just such simple concepts, but just always make sure that you're following them. Like, this business, there's no secrets. And honestly, I'm such an open book too with my girls that I feel like there are no secrets in this business. Like, why keep secrets? Because I want my team to be even more successful than I am. And so, and you all should want that too. And so just like be an open book to your team, and be an open book to the coaches that you're mentoring as well. Or new coaches. So follow-ups, power in the follow-ups for sure. So always be following up with like your people that you said you'd follow up with. I literally write in my planner, I don't have my planner here right now, but I literally write in my planner when somebody says like, oh, check back with me in a couple months. I write that name down in a couple of months on the exact date when I should follow up with them. Also, when somebody tells me in like their, you know, that they're interested in coaching, maybe in our accountability group or otherwise, I write those names down too. And make sure that you are inviting the people that are in your accountability group. That's huge. Like, you miss so many opportunities by not inviting them to the coaching opportunity, because they are already in love with the products. They're already doing them. They're doing everything that you're doing, like the basics as a new coach would do. And so inviting them and keeping track of them is a huge, huge advantage to be able to have some new coaches on your team, even if they just want to get their products paid for. And also another thing that I like to do whenever I sign up a customer or a client is I like to do a one-on-one call with them after they get signed up, just to go over Beachbody On Demand and kind of this, you know, meal plan and simple things like that. But one thing that I think is really huge is I always mention in my team or in my calls with them is that about the coaching opportunity and that they can get their product paid for with only 2 to 3 people underneath them. So that means that those 2 to 3 people, they'll hit Emerald, and then they'll also maybe even hit Success Club. And so that is really motivating to them to be able to get their products paid for, especially at this time of year around the holidays, because everybody is looking to buy gifts and things like that and have extra cash. So I feel like anytime people are wanting to earn, this is a great time to be talking about the business opportunity around this time of the year. Okay, so another thing that I like to do is always just be inviting wherever you can. So point number 4, just invite wherever you can. And this means when people like or comment or love or whatever on your post, they don't even have to comment. They can just like it and send them an invite. Even if you invited them like 3 times already this year, invite them again. One of the biggest things I've learned in this business is that if you don't invite them, someone else will. And so it's up to us to find that person. So no matter if you are so scared to invite this person, invite them. Because how would you feel if you saw them on someone else's team? It is crushing. Trust me, I've had that happen before. And so definitely get that invite out and get them, that accountability, that support that they need, and just keep following up. So, invite, follow up, invite, follow up. I know it sounds like a vicious circle, but trust me, it works. Let me see. Some other things that I like to do is when I'm talking to people, just kind of sparkle and sprinkle around the business opportunity. So when I'm just having that initial conversation with people, I always, try to say that, I work from home, or, kind of like sprinkle in the business opportunity or health and fitness where you can. No matter if I'm talking to another, farm wife, or if I'm talking to somebody who has RA, something like that, and just kind of sprinkling in. So like maybe they'll ask, oh, what do you do? Or, I see your fitness videos. What type of, fitness are you doing? Or what type of workouts are you doing? And just try to sprinkle it in. I may not invite them right away, but it's definitely a conversation that I will revisit when it is time to invite them. Okay, let me look at these questions. Yep, I can definitely send you guys the invite message that I've sent. Yeah, I know, right? It is so awful. I know, that's such an awful feeling when you see somebody else. I've had that happen to me like 5 times already, like no lie. One time somebody said that they didn't want to be on my team because I wasn't a mom yet. Go figure, right? People are so weird. That's the biggest thing that I've learned from this business is people are weird, but you have to shrug it off and keep going because I promise it's worth it. I'm going to find an invite that I've been using. So this is my invite that I typically like to use. That is the one that I'm typically using right now for my accountability group. And then as well as when I send them like a little thank you when I invite, so when somebody likes or comments on my post, I also send them kind of like that little invite, like a little thank you invite, I call it, because you're really thanking them for loving on your post. And then, by the way, have you ever thought about being a part of my team or joining my accountability group? So that's another way that I definitely like try to recruit. And another thing that I really helps me stay successful. Okay, let's see. Okay, someone just asked me if they don't have their own accountability group, what do you suggest for newbies? As far as newbies, I always say look to your upline coach because I never have any of my coaches, whether they're new or have been working for the business for 6 months, we are all in my accountability group together. And so it's really helpful because as a new coach, you don't want your new coaches focusing on the accountability group. You want your new coaches focusing on sharing their story and like posting and inviting and kind of doing those 3 things, like posting, inviting, and talking and kind of having those new conversations with people. So I highly suggest like looking to your upline and seeing if you can be a part of their big accountability group. Does anybody else, you can keep commenting or asking questions in the chat box as well. It definitely helps me like stay on track. I sometimes have squirrel brain. So, does anybody else have any other questions that they like to ask? So a lot of times for like a success club and things like that, I plan out my months pretty strategically. So the first half of the month, I am inviting to my accountability group or my health and fitness group. And then the last half of the month, I am also inviting to the coaching opportunity. But with that, in the first half of the month, I make sure that I'm sharing more transformation photos. I'm sharing more about my health and fitness journey. And then the last half of the month, I'm also posting more about coaching opportunities and how my life has changed with this business. So really being able to really strategically plan your month. Another thing that I like to do also is really set up your month. So like if you hit Success Club, say you hit Success Club already by the 20th of the month. So why don't you use the last like 10 or 11 days to really hone in and focus on coaching? Maybe holding a coach sneak peek, or maybe even doing lots of coaching posts and all coaching invites instead of like 50-50. And just using that time to really hone in on the business opportunity and create that really amazing, awesome opportunity, and just have this like really well presented, whether you're doing Insta stories or whatever you are doing. Another way to really market everything well is always doing polls on Instagram. Gosh, I love those things. So they're really fun to be able to do and utilize, whether you're looking to add more people to your accountability group, or whether you are looking to have people on your coaching opportunity webinar or in your team. And I always stick to like 2 or 3 stories and then ask the poll. I hate those storybook polls or storybook stories that are like story after story after story. You have to retain people's attention. So for me, I can only listen to like maybe tops 4 stories before I'm like, okay, swipe. Like, this is boring. Like, that's the whole point. Like, you want them to get to the end to get to your poll, right? So like only using like 2 or 3 stories for max, that like then you set in the poll. And actually for like my workouts and things like that, I only show like 2 or 3 Insta story videos or slides or whatever you want to call them of my workout, because people will just swipe by. So you want to retain their attention. Another thing that I really, really think this is super important. So with your posting, so whether this is on Instagram or Facebook or both, you can always evaluate your own page. So ask yourself these questions. So number 1, do your followers know that there is an opportunity for a business with you? Number 2, do your followers know that they are able to get fit and healthy with you, or that there's an opportunity to join your accountability group? And number 3, are you inspiring or providing value to your followers? So when you look at your page, at whether that be Instagram or Facebook, are you seeing those things? If it's been a while since you've done a coaching opportunity post or a challenge group post, it's time to do one tonight. Or if it's been a while since you provided information or value to your followers, it's maybe time to share something as simple as a healthy recipe. And another thing is really know, kind of the last point that I have for you guys is really know what your following likes. So on Instagram, I am the Fit Farmer's Wife, and you can follow me if you would like. But my followers tend to like it when I post egg photos. They go bananas, whether it's a sunset or a tractor or something like that. So in between like my fitness posts and my coaching posts, I always try to incorporate some sort of egg media or egg pictures or recipes or something like that they can utilize and take advantage of. And so really know your following. So if your following are, moms, or maybe you are married to a fireman or whatever, make sure that you are giving them that meat, because sometimes people just relate to you because of that post. Maybe they're also a fireman's wife. I'm just giving this example, but people might relate to seeing that fire truck or whatever you're going to post on your page. And so you want to make sure that besides just posting like sweaty selfies and join my accountability group and join my team, you got to make sure that you're posting other stuff in there too. And that really comes to the point of knowing your audience and knowing exactly who you're looking for to be on your team, and knowing exactly who you're looking for to be in your accountability group. And so that is all I have for you guys. I hope it was helpful. Does anybody have any questions? No? If not, I don't know, Rose, are you there? Do you want to like finish off the rest, or do you want me to? She mustn't be there. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that they want to add? Oh, I guess she can't unmute herself. Okay. I can't unmute you either, Rose, so. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll just close down the call. I don't know, or can you? I don't know if maybe I can't close it down. Okay, so everybody just can hop off, I guess. So that's the way that we close this down. So if nobody has any questions, I hope everybody has an awesome week, and feel free to message me anytime if anybody does have questions. So see you guys.